Welcome to the fourth chapter of this series of LAMY fountain pens. My name is Santiago Solano for the Fountain Pen Corner YouTube channel. In the previous three chapters of this series of LAMY fountain pens, we described the history of the company and reviewed the Safari, logo, and ST models. In today's chapter, we will detail a remarkable piece with an outstanding design which can easily be considered one of the best mid-range fountain pens of the market. The LAMY Studio has been in my personal collection for several years and is, like all the writing pieces of the brand, a truthful witness of the value promise of the German company in terms of design and quality. The LAMY Studio, the first mid-range model presented in this series, comes factory packed in a large square box similar to the high-end models of the German brand. However, this packaging process varies depending on the country in which it is marketed. Inside the box, we find, in addition to the pen, a blue ink cartridge and a brochure containing detailed information in several languages about the brand's writing instruments, their refilling systems, care instructions, and finally, the warranty manual of the product. The fountain pen is a piece with impeccable class and an impressive design based on its clip, which, as will be described later, gives it an exceptional avant-garde touch. This stunning piece was developed for LAMY by well-known Swiss designer Heinz Wettstein. In my opinion, the Studio is a clear evolution of the brand towards the mid-range of fountain pens, surpassing the Safari, logo, and ST models. With this statement, I am not referring at all to the design, but to the size, elegance, and refinement of the piece. I consider the design of each and every LAMY writing instrument to be outstanding, from the most modest items in the Safari line to the finest pieces of the Dialogue model. The LAMY Studio delights the customer with a vast variety of materials and colors for all tastes and budgets. Similarly, the Studio family offers, in addition to the fountain pen, rollerball instruments, and ballpoint pens. The LAMY Studio model that we will review today is made of matte black stainless steel with shiny silver ornaments. The distal end of the barrel ends with a silver metallic ring fitted with a click mechanism that allows the cap to be secured when the pen is posted. The barrel expands towards the grip segment. This transition presents a small step, almost unnoticeable when you hold the pen on the hand. Its diameter is very comfortable and decreases slowly and progressively up to the writing unit. The grip segment of this particular model is very shiny and reflects fingerprints the instant it is touched. This characteristic must be taken into account for those people who are bothered by fingerprints on their instruments. On the other hand, this shiny silver segment is very slippery and therefore the grip is not the best. It is also important to know that the transition between the segment and the writing unit is flat, and so it's easy for the fingers to touch the nib and get stained. This characteristic must also be taken into account for long periods of writing, since the constant sliding of the fingers on the segment causes discomfort by having to rearrange them frequently. In my experience, the sporadic use of this pen generates easy slipping of the fingers towards the nib. However, frequent and constant use causes the lubrication of the skin to come into direct contact with the metal. This action, added to the increase in temperature generated by the rubbing of the two surfaces, significantly improves the grip of this piece. It should also be noted that there are studio models with plastic resin segments, which offer better grip than their metal counterparts. The LAMY Studio Writing Unit uses a standard feeder and nib that are interchangeable with almost all of the brand's fountain pens. This particular model is enriched with a full black nib, which, in my opinion, embellishes the piece in an exceptional way. The LAMY Studio not only allows the switching of materials between nibs, but also allows the swapping of the thickness of the line in a range that oscillates between extra fine to B, passing through different thicknesses of italic calligraphy. The studio cap gradually decreases in diameter inversely to the barrel, providing perfect visual symmetry. It has a click-type closure that ensures a tight seal. In its most distal portion, it reveals the laser-engraved brand. It ends with a silver metallic ring, similar to the one found in the body, which give race to the clip, the undeniable protagonist of this chapter. The splendid clip of this fountain pen is perhaps the most striking aspect of this piece. Its designer describes it as a propeller-shaped item. It is characterized by a 90-degree turning of the metal body. In this image, I demonstrate the similarity between the propeller of an airplane engine and this clip. However, despite its beauty and exceptional design, there is a feature that must be taken into account when purchasing this piece. The clip begins horizontally but ends vertically in a blunt edge that over time tends to scratch the cap's surface. If this feature makes the user uncomfortable, then this is not the recommended piece. The writing experience with this LAMY Studio is extraordinary. The line offered by this black nib is outstanding and provides a feeling of permanent confidence throughout the writing exercise. The stainless steel nib does not offer the smoothness of others forged in precious metals, but in terms of confidence, it offers the absolute certainty of a line as soon as it is needed. The smooth nature of the grip segment facilitates, as already mentioned, the sliding of the fingers towards the writing unit, but its continuous use causes the oily fluids of the skin and the increase in temperature to improve the grip of the pen. It is a robust fountain pen with an adequate weight for its size. As already noted, it can be posted, but this adds weight to the instrument and can make it a fatiguing piece for long periods of writing. The pen writes splendidly. It offers noticeable feedback that is highly dependent on the type of nib in use, being noticeable on F and M nibs, but very soft on B nibs. The fountain pen offers little or no flexibility, and therefore the variation of the line is little. Reverse writing is fine and offers high feedback. However, it didn't miss any strokes in this writing exercise. In summary, it is an impressive fountain pen based, like all LAMY instruments, on high quality standards in its production. Its balance is splendid and its design is striking. If you're looking for a mid-range fountain pen, the LAMY Studio is a strong candidate, which I highly recommend. This is all for the fourth chapter of this series of LAMY fountain pens. I look forward to your comments and questions on the subject. Please consider subscribing, sharing, and liking this chapter. Follow us on social networks on our Instagram and Facebook accounts. See you in the next chapter of this series of LAMY fountain pens with another great piece. Until then, this was Santiago Solano for the Fountain Pen Corner. See you soon.